Hi guys, it's Oliver Walcott here, aka Coach Walcott. I want to talk again today about more about sports psychology in two areas: the areas of handling failure in sport, and just like in life and business, and also as well setting goals. So what you do with handling failure and also setting goals. Now, I'm wearing today my Boston Celtics jersey, one of a collection of jerseys I've got, because it's actually in sort of honour of when I was looking at Glenn Doc Rivers, who's a legendary Boston Celtics player who then became their coach and of course coached the Boston Celtics to their NBA championship a few years ago. And I think he's going to win many, many more titles. And I'm wearing this Celtics jersey because he resurrected a franchise or a team which a lot of people thought were failures. There's just no way the Celtics were ever going to get back to the glory days of the 80s with Larry Bird and Robert Parrish and all those other stars, which made the Celtics the sort of Manchester United of the NBA, that's America's top basketball league. And again, as someone who is a passionate coach, so that's why I call myself Coach Walcott. I'm wearing this jersey today in honour of him. So if you're a Lakers fan, then you may want to switch off now because the Lakers, the LA Lakers hate the Celtics, so just bear with me. But I want to talk first of all about what it means when you're bouncing back in sport from failures, when things have not gone well. You've made all your plans, you've been done everything that you wanted to do, and for whatever reason things have not worked out for you. I want to give you just a few examples to stick out in my mind. The first has got to be, I think it was France '98. I remember watching it as a kid when in the World Cup final it was between Brazil and France, and everyone except France thought Brazil were going to win. Brazil were the clear favourites. They had all the superstars of the world football stage, and they marched out and everyone thought Brazil was going to win, and of course it didn't happen that way. France won, and Zinedine Zidane was a star, and that's what happened. And what was interesting for me was watching what the coach said and how they sought to rebuild Brazil as a team, how they came back from that. The other example I want to use as well is when the underdogs become the favourites as well. So I think back to the Olympics last year here in London with the football, when you had Brazil and Mexico, and again Brazil were the favourite and Mexico were the underdogs. If you recall that game, Mexico won. I then think back, of course, to the great Boston Celtics, many of their games in the 80s and even a few years ago when they won the championship, when the Lakers were the favourites and yet they won. Now, in terms of when things haven't worked out, or when sports coaches have been able to take a team from failure back to victory, that for me is a different area of sports psychology in terms of how do you get a team which thought they were going to win and lost badly to then go back to winning again. I want to talk about sort of goal setting and what people like Phil Jackson used and Pat Riley used continuously with their teams, and how you can apply that in your business. First of all, when it comes to goal setting, I want to focus on that, goal setting. There's a reason why as coaches we get our players to set goals, and there are a few features of goals which in sports, certainly in business and academics, certainly they have to be. Number one, goals have got to be specific. They can't just be in your head, they need to be written on paper, and they must be specific. Secondly, there's got to be a time limit on them. A goal that just says, for example, I want to be successful with no time limit on, that isn't good enough. It's got to have a time limit on there. The third thing I've just said, which a lot of people say in sports, when I'm coaching players in basketball, also in business, is I want to be successful. My first reaction to them is always the same. That is not a goal. You've got to break it down into bite-sized chunks and be specific. What precisely does success mean to you? To say I want to win or I want to be successful isn't enough. For some people, for example, in our business, success for them just means making an extra $500 a month. For other people, success for them means making an extra $20,000 a month. For other people, success for them means having the time freedom to be there to watch their children grow up. For them, that's what drives them, being able to have the time freedom to watch their children grow up. For others, it's being able to be there to watch their child take their first steps, having that time freedom. For others, they're very, very driven by helping people, and they want to, help people in Africa and India as well. The point is, you've got to define very, very clearly exactly what success means for you. The next thing, which is very, very key, is you then need to, when writing down your goals, align yourself with experts, people with a proven track record of helping people achieve those goals. Otherwise, it's simply not going to happen. It isn't enough, again, just to very, very generic. Now, this is something in sports which we use And the final thing which you've got to make as well, which maybe not that fashionable to talk about, but it's as true as the day is long, it's just the way it is, you've got to make a daily commitment, and it's what I call the exchange. It's like a sort of financial exchange. What are you willing to exchange on a daily basis? What are you willing to give in order to get in terms of your goal? I'll say it again. What are you willing to give in order to get for your goal? Nothing comes for free in this life. And if you're not willing to exchange anything of your time, of your efforts, even of your sacrifices, then it's not going to happen. Jim Rohn, that's Rohn, R-O-H-N, is considered the sort of godfather of sort of personal development. He died, I think 2 years ago. And he was saying that when you don't have a strong why, when you don't write down your goals, when you don't commit to a time reference to have your goals met, when you don't work with other people who are already successful in those goals, and that works in sports, it certainly works in business, academics, the same thing, then what you're doing is chasing after a fantasy. It's a myth. And it's never ever going to happen. If you're listening to this right now, you know what I've said is true. The next question, therefore, for me then is, well, why wouldn't people set more goals in sport, in business, in life? Why wouldn't they set them? Well, for my own life and people that I work with, and when we're honest about it, and before we set goals, we said it's one thing. It's lack of belief. It's lack of self-worth. That's the only reason. That's the only reason it wouldn't happen. You know, when I've coached, I've had the pleasure of coaching players in basketball, those wanting to go to America and get scholarships to, you know, big universities, those players that have set goals more often than not tend to reach them. They tend to reach them, because what we can then do is each step by step is monitor what they need to do to improve and reach those goals faster, and sometimes they supersede them. Now, in terms of how this applies to you and for your online business, it should be very, very clear. In terms of when it comes to your goals, you've got to write down, and it's the first thing I do to people when they join the business is, what do you want from the business? What do you want to achieve? And what are you willing to do in terms of exchanging your effort and time and money to make it happen? Because does it cost? Yes, it does. What we say to you first of all is this, is that if you are someone who is clear on what you want to achieve and why, if you're in it'd be a home-based business right now, it could be an affiliate marketing program, it could be another program, but things aren't going the way you want, then click on the link below. What we do is show you a simple step-by-step formula. We show you not just one attack plan, if you will, when it comes to marketing your business, because one attack plan or even two isn't enough. You will fail. You need to have at least 4 or 5. We show you step by step how to do that in a way which is simple and straightforward, but not necessarily easy. And I'm being upfront with you, because if I say it's simple and easy, well, that's just a lie. There's always a learning curve. And people often ask me, how quickly can I make money? Well, it depends on your skill and your work rate. I mean, this is something we have people from novices up to people who are very techie doing very well. But again, it depends on your work rate and your skill as well. But again, what we teach also is mindset as well as tactics as well. So with your goals, I encourage you to write down your goals. And if you want to, again, make money online, whatever is your business, then click on the link below, and I look forward to working with you and actually showing you again why you can achieve, and why there's people you see within our team making it are people just like you. They're not superstars, they're not superheroes, they're just ordinary people who decided to take massive action today. So take massive action today, click on the link below, and again, look forward to working with you.